I am so excited to be here with you today.
Me too. Me too.
And this is your singer, songwriter, producer,
actor, dancer, jack of all trades.
Dancer extraordinaire.
Well, don't. You ain't finna catch me doing all the super spins and all of that. You know, I like to groove and finesse, be sexy. You know what I'm saying?
And this is your first movie.
Yeah, my first feature film.
How was that, and how did you prepare? Let me give one question at a time because I have a whole lot.
Right, no, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
You know how I prepared. You know, number one, super excited to be a part of this. You know, with TV One in this world. You know, when I got the call that I got the part for James, you know, I almost lost it because, you know, they sent me the script and I read it, and the scene that they gave me was like a 5-6 minute scene, you know, and I mean, the monologues were like very deep, you know, so I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm an artist, I sing about love and stuff like that, but I don't be crying in the booth, you know, when I'm singing about it. So I'm like, how do I tap in with that? And luckily, you know, my father, Billy Hutton, he was an actor, and we sat with the role, we went over it for like 2-3 hours, you know, and he really just helped me dive into the character and understand James a little more, and that's when my character analysis started. And from there, man, once I got on set and we started to get into it, it became just so natural. You know, I'm an artist, I've always done music videos and different things and such, and been in front of the camera a lot, so it wasn't hard to do that. It was harder to really allow the character to take me where it needed to, you know, to be so emotional, to be so dark, and my feelings just encaged in, you know what I mean? So, because I'm so much not like that. Like, I'm an open book. If I got a problem, tell you all about it, you know, type thing. So for this, getting into it was, you know, it was deep. It was hard, you know, but I just went into sort of an isolated state, you know, and I allowed myself to sit in my emotions and find all the things that I've had wrong with myself, that I've been scared to deal with, and say to myself, accept it and use that. You know, God puts you through things for a reason. So having this part in this role, it almost was a call from God, you know, to say, you may not have been through what this guy's been through, but everyone goes through something. And what you can't do is hold it in. And what you can't do is move on without accepting it, sitting in it, and then, you know, fixing it, letting it be resolved.
So without this movie, would Adrian have had, could you say that it did healing for you as well?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think any character, now that I've been diving into this acting world, you know, you start to learn that any character you take on is not an accident, you know. God doesn't do things in coincidence, you know, so any role that you get, there's something to learn from that. There's something to take from that. And whether that's I want to be more like that, or I don't want myself to fall into that. You know, so to tap into something so dark and emotional such as this picture is, it really allowed me to truly grow. You know, and not just aimlessly. Not just, I'm just growing as an actor. No, I'm growing as a human being.
Wow.
Yeah.
As a human being.
As a human being, yeah.
Wow. That's huge that this movie
absolutely
did that.
Yeah.
So much for you. And that's amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's real. You kind of stunned me when you said that, because, you know, we know what we bring to the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what the movie did for you.
Exactly. We have to allow ourselves to open up to that. You know, and I think everyone sometimes feels like we're perfect. You know, oh, I got the role, so I'm good. Nah, that's the start. Getting the role is the beginning. You know, allowing that character to take you to somewhere you've never been is something else. You know, and though I've never done acting as big as this, I've always been a character. I've always been someone who's not afraid to dive into uncharted waters. You know.
So we get to hear a lot of your voice.
You know what? I'm actually, you know, in this role, in James's role, it's not so much singing. You know, James came in a little later on, you know, in the group. And James's part is a little more about the emotion and the issues with him and Bobby. You know, so getting the role was, in so many ways, you know, a transcending moment for me, because usually I'm so used to hiding behind my voice. You know, not to toot my own horn, I got a Brown voice.
That's real.
No, but you know, I wasn't able to hide behind it. I wasn't able to say, you know, no one's going to be able to look at this picture and say, oh, well, of course he got the role because he sings. No, this role is all about the emotion, really, and actually the character. So, you know, I was so happy, and I feel so blessed to be able to do this and have this type of part in this movie, and for my role to be so, you know, important, you know, based on Bobby's switch, you know, Bobby's turnaround, you know, and realizing that this is the beginning of him wanting to really change, you know. So.
Did you cry?
Oh, absolutely. It was hard not to, though, you know, and that was one of my biggest fears because, again, I didn't, you know, I'm not like a crybaby like that, you know. I cry on movies, you know, so it was like, well, how am I going to do this? You know, I'm going to just get in the scene, we'll see how it is. But number one, Rashawn is such an awesome actor. Number one, yes. Rashawn playing Bobby, so amazing, and learning from him has been one of the biggest parts of this process for me. You know, when we started our scenes, I mean, every time this boy is like leaking. You know, I'm like, dude, how do you do it? You know, but when you let yourself, I realize when you let yourself go, open yourself up, you accept all these things that are wrong with yourself, all these things that you have going on, and you get in it, and then you see the scene, how it's set up, you totally forget about the cameras. You totally forget that there's other people here, that there's marks on the ground. Like, you just dive into it, and we allowed ourselves to go head to head with each other. So at the right time, things just happened, and I think we did the scene. It was so crazy. We did the scene maybe about 10 times, you know, 10 takes. And I mean, that's all these different versions, different angles and such. So you would think you would get kind of like dried out after a while, but nah, like the scene is so emotional. I'm telling you guys, this scene that Bobby and James have in the movie it's tough. It's tough, and it was tough for us after every scene, after every take, because we went straight through, and that's unheard of. So that's a huge shout out to Russ Parr, the director, because in movies you don't really do full 6-minute takes 10 times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't go, and it's physical, it's emotional, we throwing each other up against things and stuff. You know what I mean? And after every scene, me and Rashawn would have to hug. We would have to hug it out. I mean, as soon as they said cut, it was like, come here.
Because it was real.
Because it was real. This is not like these words weren't like just something quick. No, this is deep. These are these people's lives, and you see it and you feel it, and the scenes are dark and eerie. So where I was so afraid that I wasn't going to be able to cry, it was like, that's the least of your problems. You're going to definitely be able to cry. Can you get out of it?
Wow.
Can you get out of it when it's over with is the question. You know, so again, us hugging, and then us immediately going back to being jokesters and just playing a little too much. We had to do it, and I think that's why Russ was okay with it, because we had to do that. I mean, you had crew members on set crying that were coming up to us like, yo, I can't watch this again. I can't keep watching this over and over again because I'm starting to hate him. I'm starting to, you know, feel too bad for you. I'm starting to feel like you really went through this. Like, you know what I mean? It's deep.
It's real.
It's real. It's real. And that's one thing I love about this picture. I'm so happy that TV One is putting it on. I'm so happy that Swirl is behind it, because they are really making sure that we're doing this with care. We're doing this with respect to these people's lives. It's I'm gonna let you guys watch it.
Watch it.
I'm gonna let you watch it. Yeah.
So you had the opportunity to be with a lot of veterans.
Oh yeah.
How was that?
Oh man, it's so crazy. You know, I'm a big visual person, so I like to visualize things before they happen. You know, I'm the person that sits in the mirror and has a full-blown interview with itself. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I see it. I feel like when you see it, you manifest it. You know, so like Tyra for one, like I've watched her on all these different movies, you know, that I love. Like I love Boys in the Hood. Yes. I love, you know, seeing a character on a film and then meeting them.
Okay. I know I could talk to you all day, but they wanted you. No, they're calling you. They want you to wrap it up.
Oh, they want me because I talk a lot.
And it's okay, but
I
I
talk.
thank you so much.
No,
and
thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to seeing
Yes.
you in this movie.
Yes, please. I can't wait.
God bless
I can't
you
wait.
with your
Thank you so
many,
much.
many endeavors that should come your way. So
Yes,
I'm
thank you.
excited for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for interviewing with Straight Up No
Pleasure.
Chaser.
Thank you.